A very good morning, class. So, as you all know, we have already started with our secretarial practice, chapter number 10, dividend and interest. And we are still covering the topic dividend. So, be with me, class. Today, we'll be focusing again on the topic legal provisions on dividend. We have already started this topic, and this topic consists of three different parts as I've explained in my previous videos. Up till now, we have finished two of them completely. That is legal provisions on sources of dividend and legal provisions for declaration of dividend. Now we'll be starting with the last topic of this particular heading, that is legal provisions on dividend. What are the legal provisions for payment of dividend? Regarding the payment of dividend, what are the legal provisions? So let's see over here, the C part, legal provisions for payment of dividend. Dividend must always be paid in cash and not in kind. कैश के अलावा किसी और चीज में डिविडेंड है करके बोल के ऐसा नहीं दे सकते. So dividend has to be given only on cash basis. Dividend may be paid by check or warrant or by an electronic mode to the shareholder. So if you remember class, our correspondence chapters, chapter number 6, 7 and 8, it had payment of interest or dividend pay bhi we have already finished. That is, I guess, in chapter number 7 and 8. We have seen the company can give the dividend by issuing a dividend warrant, that is a check, or electronic payment कर सकता है जैसे NEFT or by ECS. Okay, so are the 2 points clear? This is very easy topic, so pay attention. This you can write it in your own words as well. Joint holding of the shares. Dividend warrant should be sent to the registered address of the first named joint shareholder as per the register of members, or to such a person at his address as the shareholder or joint shareholders have given to the company in writing. So whenever there are joint, जैसे बैंक में joint account होता है, there are more than one person who can operate the same account, right? Similarly, there are joint holders of shares. So the dividend warrant is nothing but the check which is sent by the company. This check should be sent to the registered address of the first person जिसका पहला नाम आता है joint accounting में, as per the register of members. If he is not available, then it can be sent to another joint holder to that particular address जो उन्होंने writing में company को दिया होगा, apart from the main address. The time limit within which dividend is to be paid. The company must pay dividend within 30 days from the date of its declaration. तो एक महीने के अंदर the company has to give the dividend after it is declared. For example, if the company is declaring the dividend on 1st of September, so by 30th September, it has to give the dividend to all its shareholders. So I will clear with the first 4-point class. It should be paid in cash. Then it may be paid by check or electronic mode. Joint person के case में the dividend warrant, that is check, can be sent to the registered address of the first person whose name is given in the register of members, or at such an address where the joint shareholders have given in writing. Then the dividend has to be paid off within 30 days of its declaration. Dividend is payable only to the registered shareholders of the company. What is registered shareholders? Those shareholders whose name appear in the register of members, and this particular thing has been brought in the notice of registrar of companies. Remember, हमने topic पढ़ा था filing of registrar of companies, filing with the registrar. So that is the work of the secretary. Once the secretary has jotted down all the names in the muster, in the register, it has to be filed with the registrar. ROC के पास उनके नजर में उनके नोटिस में लाना है, तब उसको registered माना जाएगा, otherwise नहीं. So the dividend can be paid only to the registered shareholders of the company. Continuing with the topic. Legal provisions for payment of dividend. So this point we already saw just now. Preference shareholders are entitled to the dividend before it is paid to the equity shareholders as per the terms of issue of preference shares. तो ये हमने already first chapter में देख लिया था. Preference shareholders are always given preference over equity shareholders. The equity shareholders will get dividend from the residual profits, बचा हुआ profits, that is after paying it to the preference shareholders and arrears of dividend on cumulative preference shares. Now what are arrears? Arrears means backlog. मान लो पिछले साल का या उसके पहले वाले साल का डिविडेंड डिक्लेयर करके दिया नहीं, so it will get accumulated. Accumulated मतलब जमा होते रहेगा. So once the dividend is paid to the preference shareholders, once the backlog part, the arrears part of dividend on cumulative preference, cumulative मतलब वो जमा होते रहेगा, 2 साल का एक साथ देंगे या 4 साल का एक साथ डिक्लेयर किया जाएगा. So till that time it will get accumulated. तो एक बार वो क्लियर हो गया, उसके बाद जो residual profits, remaining profit is left, that will be distributed किसके हिस्से में जाएगा? बेचारे equity shareholders के हिस्से में तब जाकर आएगा. If shares are held in electronic form, then the dividend will be paid to the beneficial owner as per the statements furnished by the depository. So this we have already seen in lesson number 9. Depository किसको बोलते हैं? Beneficial owner कौन होता है? So अगर आपने lesson number 9 का वीडियो देखा है तब आपको ये वाला पॉइंट समझ में आएगा. If shares are held in physical form, then the dividend is paid to the shareholders whose name appears in the company's register of members. So basically, if अगर आपके पास physical form में है, then the dividend warrant will be sent to you, that is a check. If you have dividend in electronic form, then आपका dividend directly will be credited in your account and that will be informed to you by the depository. And credit हुआ है तो सबसे पहले the company will inform the depository. The depository will pass the information to the DP, depository participant, and then the DP will tell you the information. You will get the information. That is to the beneficial owner, the DP will pass the information. तो आपको that is the beneficial owner को information कौन देगा? DP. DP को information will be given by depository and depository will be informed by the issuer company. Default. Now what is default? Default is list सुना होगा ना, blacklist, hit list. Default in paying dividend in the given time results in, मान लो the company has declared the dividend and within 30 days the company is not able to pay the declared dividend. डिविडेंड डिक्लेयर किया बट 30 डेज के अंदर अंदर कंपनी ने डिफॉल्ट कर दिया, मतलब इट वाज नॉट एबल टू पे द डिविडेंड. नाउ क्या पनिशमेंट मिलेगा? पनिशमेंट विल बी गिवन टू एवरी डायरेक्टर ऑफ द कंपनी. कंपनी का हर डायरेक्टर हैज टू बेयर द पनिशमेंट बिकॉज डिविडेंड का रिकमेंडेशन कौन करते हैं? बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स. सो सबसे पहला पनिशमेंट का हकदार कौन बनेगा? ऑल द डायरेक्टर्स ऑफ द कंपनी. The company will be liable to pay simple interest at the rate of 12% per annum during the period when the default continues. तो जब dividend declare नहीं किया, then the company has to pay interest on it, है ना? Now for example, अगर आप लोन देने में, लोन वापस करने में लेट करते हो, तो जितना लेट करोगे that particular time period का interest also keeps on increasing, right? In the same way, when the company is not able to pay the dividend on time, तो जितना default time बढ़ता रहेगा, उतना the company has to pay simple interest at the rate of 12% per annum. If the company fails to comply with any of the requirement of this section, then the company and directors shall be liable to pay fine. So out of these two conditions, even if one condition is not satisfied, then company as well as the directors will have to pay the fine. So the directors are not bearing the punishment. They are not paying simple interest at the rate of 12% on the default time. So at this particular time, the directors and company both are liable to pay fine. Then they will have to pay the penalty. So I hope the payment of dividend part is clear to you all. So that was a topic, very simple. With that, we have finished with the legal provisions for dividend. Now, next topic which we are going to continue today is unpaid and unclaimed dividend. So let's see what's this. Unpaid and unclaimed. Now, what is the difference between both? Read this line. Unpaid and unclaimed dividend is that dividend, the dividend declared by a company but has not been paid by it. है ना? Unpaid मतलब declare किया but pay नहीं किया. Or claimed by a shareholders within 30 days of its declaration. Claim करना मतलब मांगना. The shareholder has not asked for it. कंपनी ने डिक्लेयर किया है बट शेयर होल्डर को भी नहीं पड़ी है, उसने पूछा भी नहीं है, मांगा भी नहीं है, क्लेम भी नहीं किया है. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अनक्लेम्ड डिविडेंड विद इन 30 days. रिमेंबर द टाइम, 30 days of its declaration. The following rules govern the unpaid or unclaimed dividend. Now there are certain rules which are governing this unpaid or unclaimed dividend को. Unpaid dividend account or unpaid or unclaimed dividend. The total amount of dividend which remains unpaid or unclaimed should be transferred to the unpaid dividend account opened in a scheduled bank by the company. So मान लो अभी तक शेयर होल्डर आए नहीं है लेने. फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे आपके कॉलेज में on annual day, for example, when the prize distribution is done, there is not compulsion ना कि सारे बच्चे लोग आए होंगे या all the students are attending that क्या बोलते हैं annual program. So जिन लोगों का प्राइस पेंडिंग रह जाता है तो वो कॉलेज में रखते हैं ना, then we say afterwards collect your prize from so and so. In the same way, when the dividend is declared by the company, या तो कंपनी भर नहीं पा रही है या the shareholders are not claiming it. So that particular amount which is unpaid should be transferred to the unpaid dividend account. A separate account called as unpaid dividend account has to be opened up by the company with a scheduled bank. तो उस खाते में automatically transfer हो जाना चाहिए if it is not paid within 30 days. The transfer should be within 7 days of end of 30 days within which the payment was to be made. In other words, this transfer should happen within 37 days from the declaration of dividend. So that means 30 days के अंदर the dividend has to be paid, but it is not claimed nor it is paid. तो 30 days के बाद the next 7 days के अंदर ये transfer हो जाना चाहिए. So basically मान लो the company declared dividend on 1st September. Till 30th September, none of the shareholders asked for it या company भी दे नहीं पाई due to some reason. So the company has got time till 7th of October. So by 7th of October, the company has to make this transfer where to unpaid dividend account, which is opened in a scheduled bank by the company. So follow 37 days कैसा हुआ 30 days 1 September to 30th September and 7th October तक का time है, that is from 1st to 7th October the company can transfer this unpaid or unclaimed amount. Continuing with the same topic, you can have a look again at the meaning. Continuing with what are the rules which govern the unpaid and unclaimed dividend. Within 90 days of transfer of amount in the unpaid dividend account, the company is required to put on its website or any other website as approved by the central government a statement which shows the names, last known addresses and unpaid amount payable to each shareholder. So मान लो the company had declared 1st September to 30th September time दिया था, but company भर नहीं पाई or the shareholders didn't claim. So till 7th October, company had transferred all the amount in unpaid dividend account. Now within 90 days, now 90 days मतलब September के बाद October, November, December. So by end of December, ये पूरा details किन किन बंदों ने नहीं लिया, उनका last addresses and कितना amount pending है. I repeat it again. the names, the last known addresses, and the unpaid amount which is payable. All these three things has to be put up by the company on their own website, any other website as which is recommended by the central government to the company. Permission है उनको डालने का. This everything has to be put on its company's website. Online डाल देना है. कब तक? Within 90 days of declaration of dividend. In our case, we have taken example कि September में declare हुआ, October तक transfer हो गया, but November, October, November, December. So within 90 days, December end तक वो website पे they have to put on. कौन कौन बंदों ने नहीं लिया, उनका last address क्या है, and कितना amount pending. Okay? Any claimant to the unpaid dividend account may apply to the company for the payment of money claim. So जब किसी को पता लगेगा any claimant, so by seeing the names, if anybody feels कि हाँ मेरा नाम आया है and I forgot to collect, then he can apply to the company for payment of money claim. So that is the reason the company has to put up on the website. So within 3 months, any claimant who feels like, oh, my name is there or my relative's name is there, he can inform him and tell him to apply for the claim. Continuing with the same topic, again you can have a look at the meaning. Any amount in the unpaid dividend account of a company which remains unpaid or unclaimed for a period of 7 years from the date of such a transfer shall be transferred by the company to Investors Education and Protection Fund, IEPF. Now company has put up on the website in 2020. The year is getting over by 2020, correct? Now this particular amount will be kept as it is in the unpaid dividend account up till 7 years. 7 साल तक रहेगा. So the shareholder, the claimant has got a period of 7 years to claim that unpaid dividend. ठीक है? So the shareholder or the banda has got a period of 7 years to ask for the dividend. So मान लो 2027 तक, 2027 तक ये अनपेड डिविडेंड अकाउंट में पड़ा रहेगा पैसा. अगर 7 साल तक कोई क्लेम नहीं करता, if the names of the person जिनका नाम कंपनी ने वेबसाइट पे डाला है, if they don't claim till 7 years, that amount will get transferred to which account? IEPF, that is Investors Education and Protection Fund में ट्रांसफर कर दिया जाएगा. Okay? The claimant of money will have to follow procedure and submit the necessary document to get the claim from IEPF along with a statement in the prescribed form which gives details of such transfers. But होते ना कोई नमूने that after 7 years दिमाग की बत्ती जली, oh मुझे पता ही नहीं था, and then they come to claim the amount. So at that particular time also they will get the transferred amount back, but उसके लिए procedure follow करना होगा. All the necessary documents, whatever the company is asking, they have to bring and submit it to the company. The company will verify it, check it. उसके बाद they will see whether this particular person should be given the money or not. तो ऐसे ही खाने का काम नहीं, ऐसे क्लेम किया उठ के कि चलो भाई दे दो तो मिल जाएगा. No, it involves lot of procedure. So the claimant has to be very careful and alert when all these things happen. All right. Some extra information on IEPF, actually Investors Education and Protection Fund होता क्या है? This has been set up by the central bank since 2001. Examples of some amounts to be transferred to IEPF are matured deposits with companies. Mature हो गई but कोई claim नहीं कर रहा है, so that amount is being transferred. Matured debentures with the company, तो deposits हो सकते हैं, debentures हो सकते हैं, which are not claimed. You know, there are no one to claim कि मेरे को वापस दे दो. So all these amounts are transferred after a certain period. जैसे In case of dividend, they are waiting for 7 years. After that, they'll transfer the amount to IEPF. तो से इन्वेस्टर का एजुकेशन या प्रोटेक्शन फंड के लिए उस पैसे को यूज किया जाएगा. That's it. So I hope the topic is clear. Now, topic for tomorrow, we'll be focusing on what are the different modes of payment of dividend, out of which I know 2 of them you know. That is, we have already seen in our correspondence chapters. एक है dividend warrant, that is check, और एक है electronic mode, NEFT या ECS. There is one more mode that is called as dividend mandate. So ये 3 टाइप के modes of payment है through which the company makes payment of dividend to the shareholders. So we'll be seeing this topic in our next lecture. Till then, I am requesting you all to go through the videos once again and please listen and understand the topic very carefully. What are the legal provisions for payment of dividend, for declaration of dividend and sources of dividend? And in तीनों में, if you have any doubt, please do let me know in the comment section. And a small request, if you like my video, please do subscribe to my channel and share the link across with all your other friends. Till then, stay safe, take care, keep healthy, eat healthy, and study hard. Don't waste time, keep revising, keep learning, and yes, stay tuned till we meet in our next lecture. So I stop here class for today and thank you so much for listening to me.